Hello, Jeffy with HYTE. Today we're going to show you how to swap your Canopy. Okay, first you're going to remove the power cable. Next, you're going to unscrew your graphics card. For some graphics cards, you might have an issue where it's a little hard to remove. So you're going to want to go under this and use a flat screwdriver to pull this lever down and wiggle it at the same time until it becomes loose, like so. I'm going to demonstrate that again with the graphics card out of the case. Take your screwdriver here, pull that lever down, and go ahead and wiggle it out, like so. First, you want to remove the screw that holds the top part of the cable. Next, you're going to want to use your finger or a flat screwdriver to take this off from the motherboard. Like so. Next, take out the 4 screws. So this is the Gen 4, as you can see. It's plastic. The Gen 5 is metal. It's labeled PCIe 5.0. Here's 2 white cables labeled PCIe 5.0 for the newer version. Remove the 4 screws underneath. Go ahead and pull apart like so. Next, get your cable and Canopy. Get this bottom piece. As you can see, there's 3 holes here. Use those dowels to line up the cable, like so. Make sure this is all lined up and it doesn't get pinched anywhere. While holding it like this, get the top panel and gently line it in, like so. Make sure everything is lined up like so, and it's seated properly. And make sure none of the cables are pinching. And all that's left to do is to insert or screw in the 4 screws. I like to go in a crisscross pattern to make sure everything is seated and stays seated. Reminder that this is plastic and you can strip it. So go until the screw stops and there's a little bit of tension, but don't over tighten. So it stopped and a little bit more and that should be good. Now that it's swapped, we'll go ahead and show you how to put it in the Y70. Next, you follow the directions backwards. Here is the HYTE Riser PCIe 5.0. You can tell it's a 5.0 because it's metal down here and it says 5.0. First, you're going to want to take off this protective cover down here. And you're going to want to remove this protective cover over here. That's already done for this. I just think the green looks cuter with white, so we're going to use this. So you follow the directions backwards. Because you're screwing into plastic, you want to make sure you don't over tighten it. You want to tighten enough where it is snug and tight. Keep going until it stops. Then I like to go a little bit more, but not too much, or you will strip it. Once you have tightened the screws, go ahead and wiggle this to make sure it's seated properly and you did not cross thread the screws. If it's not seated and it's still loose, loosen up the screws and reinsert it and make sure the screw is straight up and down, like so. Next, reinstall this bracket. Next, you're going to want to plug it into the motherboard, making sure that this little tab goes outside the case. Like so. See how the tab hooks out and gives it more stability? Now we're going to lock it in by placing the screw over here. And that's it. Now your cable is fully installed. Now your PCIe 5.0 hypervisor is installed. I'm going to show you how to install your GPU really quick. Make sure this clip is down, like so. Hold it up. Go ahead and line it up. And kind of wiggle it until it seats in properly. You should hear a click, and you can do a visual inspection to make sure it's seated properly by looking at this clip through here and making sure it's up like so, locked in. Let me show you. So, down like that. And as you seat it properly, it clips in and locks in place. Now go ahead and screw in your GPU. If the holes don't line up, you can go ahead and lift up the GPU from the opposite end until you see it lined up. Go ahead and screw it in. Finally, you want to install your power cable up here. Hold the GPU down here when you're inserting it, like so, and it is done. There you go. Your PCIe Gen 5 riser cable is now installed.